In the early 1900s, transatlantic travel became increasingly popular among both the wealthy and immigrants. Its popularity also made it very profitable for shipbuilders, who competed to build bigger and better ships to attract wealthy customers. White Star Line set out to build 3 new ships that favored comfort over speed: the Olympic, the Britannic, and the Titanic. On March 31st, 1909, construction began on the Titanic. The Titanic featured 4 elevators, a swimming pool, and enormous extravagant dining for first-class passengers. The second-class accommodations compared to those of first class in other ships, and even third class had great comfort. The Titanic was declared seaworthy in April 1912. The ship had a carrying capacity of 46,326 tons, weighed 52,000 tons, and was 882.5 feet long and 92.5 feet wide. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic left Southampton, England, for New York City on its maiden voyage. The huge, luxurious ship was nicknamed the Millionaire's Special. The Titanic's builders claimed that they had a good system to prevent flooding of the ship if the hull was breached. The ship was said to be unsinkable. During the voyage, the Titanic received warnings of icebergs. On the night of April 14, 1912, the ship received 2 warnings of ice fields from other ships in the area, but the radio operators were focused on relaying messages for wealthy passengers. The ship continued to travel at its same speed of 22.5 knots instead of slowing down cautiously. Captain Edward Smith hoped to break the speed record for crossing the Atlantic. At 11:40 p.m., an iceberg was spotted. First Officer William Murdoch ordered the crew to reverse the engines and turn the ship. But it was unsuccessful, and the side of the Titanic scraped the iceberg. Stress signals were sent out, but no ships were close enough to help. The crew began loading lifeboats with women and children. However, there were only enough lifeboats for less than half of the passengers, and they were launched without being filled to capacity. At 2:20 a.m. on the morning of April 15, 1912, the Titanic sank beneath the icy North Atlantic Ocean. Of the roughly 2,400 passengers and 900 crew members, 1,500 died, which is more than 60% of the people on the ship. Less than 25% of the third-class passengers survived. Following the disaster, the American and British governments investigated how a ship presumed unsinkable could go down. Despite being a luxurious ship, the crew had failed to follow safety measures. They ignored iceberg warnings, canceled lifeboat drills, and never sounded a general alarm once the ship started to sink. In the aftermath, the tragedy did lead to greater safety regulations for ships, including enough lifeboats for all passengers, lifeboat drills, 24-hour radio patrol, and an ice patrol to warn ships off icebergs in the North Atlantic. The Titanic, a triumph of engineering, was ultimately a tragedy of human arrogance.